What is one piece of content you can create right now that will give you instant authority? Now, there's not many pieces of content out there that you can create that almost instantly give you authority and help you rank in search results, but there is one. And I'm going to tell you in this video exactly how we did this in our agency and the results that we had, and also exactly how you can do this in your business as well. So I know you'll be wanting to know, but this one piece of content is called original research. Now, original research is essentially where you do research and you become the original source of information. And if you know that if you've ever written anything and you give a stat or you say something, you always want to back that up with a credible source. We're kind of taught that in school, aren't we? Always back up, what you say with a credible source. You can become that credible source. So when you go searching on Google or ChatGPT for something and you say, I really need a stat about this, or you're looking at research reports and white papers and things like that, why, instead of you searching for something, why don't you become that? Why don't you create research yourself and become the original source of information? This builds a huge amount of authority very quickly, because once you say, I conducted this research and I found this, we surveyed these 500 people, we interviewed this, it automatically holds you in high regards. People are like, oh wow, they've actually done this research, they know what they're doing, they're becoming thought leaders in their industry. Whereas if you're just citing someone else, anyone can do that. It's really easy. It doesn't have as much trust and credibility. Another reason it's good to produce original research is because, well, you become the original source, which means lots and lots of companies will link back to you. We've seen people do this and they become the original source of the information, and their competitors, tons and tons of their competitors, are linking back to their website saying, oh, have you seen this stat here, or this stat says this? And what they're doing is essentially they're promoting their competitor, and you're the one standing out amongst everyone else being the authority in your field. So how do you create original research? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is understand exactly how your original research helps sell your products and services. Because ultimately, that's what we're going to want to do. We could do research on anything. We could do research on knitting or chocolate or whatever it might be. But it doesn't really help us in our business unless you sell knitting or chocolate. But it doesn't really help us. So we have to say, okay, what would really help us sell more products and services? What kind of statistics do we need to prove that our solution is the best solution, or that is really going to help solve this problem? So I'll give you an example in our agency. So in our agency, and it's going to sound really strange, but in our agency, we actually conducted research on entrepreneur mental health. And that's because we've written a book called Content Fortress that helps entrepreneurs create content that gives them better work-life balance, that helps them have better client relationships, and that improves their overall mental health. That's what we wanted to do when we wrote the book. We were really passionate about it, and we really wanted to make sure that people could create content that helped build them better lives. What we were struggling with was actually finding proof that this was something that entrepreneurs struggled with, particularly when it came to difficult clients and the impact that had on mental health. There was absolutely no research out there. So we simply said to ourselves, why don't we create it? Why don't we create this research? So everything led back to, this was a product we had, our book, and we wanted to prove that this was a problem and our book could help solve that problem. So we conducted this research, and we conducted it using some brilliant software called ScoreApp. Now, this was really easy to use, and what we did was we set up a landing page, and instead of it being kind of a survey, which you see all the time, we made it into something valuable. We made it into something fun. So we actually said, it's a competition. You could fill out this questionnaire, and in it you might be within the chance of winning £750 worth of business goodies. And we also gave everybody who filled it in a free copy of our book as well. So we managed to get actually 512 leads just from doing that, just from having this really fun questionnaire that people could fill out. They had a chance of winning something, which gave them an incentive. And even if they didn't win, they still got a free book out of it as well. So we got 512 leads from that. And if you think about how much you'd have to actually spend on Facebook ads for that, that's quite a lot. So in all, it was a really good value for the amount of leads that we actually got. And from there, what we did was we analysed the results. And then we actually found that actually entrepreneur mental health was a lot worse than we thought it was. This came as a surprise for us. We asked really interesting questions like, have you ever lost sleep over having a difficult client? Have you had a difficult client in the last year? All those kind of questions. And we were really surprised by the results. And actually the results really kind of pushed us to think, okay, this is a huge problem that entrepreneurs are facing, and we actually have to do something about it. And the first way to do something about it was actually talking about it. So we really need to publish these results. And that's the next thing that we did. We published a report, so we made a really clean web page. We highlighted all the results on there, the results to the questions. And we also got experts to come in and give their view on the results and how they would potentially change things in the future as well, what they would recommend entrepreneurs do differently. So it was a really, really helpful web page all about entrepreneur mental health. From there, people could download a report where they could get more information and valuable assets and things like that. And probably we get about 10 people every single week download that report because it just gets so much traffic. So that's all it was, just 3 steps. It was figuring out how this led to our products and service. It was conducting the actual research itself, and by using a competition and an incentive that really got a lot of people to fill it in. And then it was publishing a report on the results. A 3-step clean process. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy. We did have to go out to other influencers to help us actually get that questionnaire out there, but the overall results have been immense. We've gained probably around about 800 leads total from people filling out the questionnaire to people downloading the report, and that's just continuing every single week. People are really engaged with this and really wanting to know more. So if you can do something similar in your business, I implore you, it is a little bit of work. It does take a little bit of time, it is effort, but if you do, it will have brilliant results. And even better from this, the content that's actually come from it, we're constantly posting on social media about it, about all these statistics as well. So much has come from doing this original research. It is an opportunity not to be missed in 2025. I would love to know in the comments below if this is something you're going to be focusing on in your content marketing strategy. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll be notified the next time we release a video.